Number 9, Goodfellas.
Doey's dying. Doey, dude, that one hit Doey physically. What's going on over there?
He's only watched it once.
He only will watch it once, and it's his favorite movie.
Wait,
I
is
said
this
I
one
would
of
only
his
watch
one,
it.
only one time?
Yes. Yes.
It's one
It
and
is.
done. He's seen it one time. Favorite movie. That's it.
That's it. Here's another one that I think all you guys would like. Tony's top 10 movies of all time. I don't have 10 off the rip, but I'm going to give you maybe a solid 8, maybe 7.
So why call it a top 10? Call it a top 8.
Because it could be 10. I might find two more, but top 8.
I feel like this is just proving Pucho's point that Tony doesn't watch
No,
movies.
he's trying to.
He don't
He
even
can't come up with top 10 movies.
He can't even
off
name
the
10.
rip. Literally, whatever.
Have
For
you
you.
seen 10 movies, Mateo?
Man,
Earlier,
I don't know if I've ever
okay.
seen even 10 movies.
Earlier, Doey
guys
said
are
he
assholes.
finally finished Godfather 2. Do you finally know what it means to be referred to as a Fredo?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Do you understand now when Nas says, what did he say? You put
All I
one
see is
hand on me.
Fredos.
He said, you put a hand on me, I'm going to put 2 on you. Because Michael grabbed Fredo like that with 2 hands.
You could knock like a man.
Fredo, and then he Fredo kissed him. Now you know what a Fredo kiss is.
Oh, you mean Michael kissed Fredo?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Fredo kiss. It's the kiss of death.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you watch The Godfather?
Yeah, I watched it. I saw the scene. I didn't know
These are things
what
I wanted to talk
these
about
things that they meant.
These are things I wanted to talk about during the Magic 2 review, but I couldn't because,
Well, he didn't
I'm gonna
watch it.
respect Doey hadn't watched The Godfather yet.
That's fair.
1970 something movie, but I'm gonna respect it. These are the best movies of all time in my opinion. So.
I would definitely put them in the timeless pieces. They were made in the 70s, but they really don't feel like an old movie. You obviously are watching an old movie. I don't know. Something about maybe the remastered versions. They just look great.
Have you watched 2001: A Space Odyssey?
No.
Also timeless. Incredible. You watch that movie, you feel like it was made like last decade. Except people, back in the day, 70s people, they just look like they're from the 70s. You know what I mean? They just look like that guy's from the 70s. They have like a lot of blemishes and stuff. Like nowadays, we need actors to be so perfect.
Yeah, we
like
cake him in makeup.
back in the day, it felt like anybody, like regular people were actors.
70s actors all look like modern day British actors, because British actors also just kind of look like regular people.
Yeah, the British people just be looking regular. That's why they look all ugly and shit. You'd be like, look at this dusty looking mother. No. All right, go ahead, Tony. Hit us with your top 10. Your top
Wait. Before, I have an important question. How many celebrities do you think the throat goat Nancy Reagan blew in the back lot in the Hollywood? How you think she was popular?
I think that if Abraham Lincoln had been around at the same time as Nancy Reagan, she would have tried, but he would have thrown her, much like he threw this man 12 feet.
Bro.
That's what I'm talking
Abe
about.
Lincoln once threw a man 12 feet with one hand during a wrestling match.
Deacon.
And Abraham Lincoln never told a lie.
It's true.
That's a lie.
So they called him Honest Abe. So I was telling Tony, Tony's like, that's a lie. Everybody lies. I'm like, nah, Abe. That's why they don't call you Honest Tone.
I've never heard anyone call him Honest Tone.
Not once.
Yeah,
Let's
never.
not be dicks here to Tone's honesty, all right? All right. Never once told a lie that I didn't have to, all right?
Yeah.
That's the
Let's
honest
get this
truth.
I didn't
honest
have to.
top 8.
All right.
Let's get
So,
these honest top 8 fucking movies.
and they're not in any order 1 through 8. It's just
That's
like.
fair. I feel like that shit is impossible to actually do it.
categorize. Nah, fuck out of here. All right. First one on my list, Toy Story. I'm going back from my old kid days all the way to now, right? Lion King will be up there as well.
Toy Story is a good pick. I don't know if it would go on my top 10 of all time. It's not a bad pick though. I can't actually talk
personal
any
pick.
smack about that one.
Not only is it a good pick, but it changed the game. Toy Story is literally the movie that ushered in the age of the Pixar style movie. That they literally changed the game with that.
3D animation instead of like anime, like illustration.
True. Yep. I do have one question for you, Tony.
Go ahead.
Did you just like snuck Lion King in there? So those are two movies now.
I put them
Treat
both in the same category. I put them together. I don't want to waste a spot. Yeah, all right. Lion King will be number 2 then. If that's
I'm not saying that I wanted to be number 2. I'm just saying you said Toy Story and then you said Lion King will also be in there. What does that mean?
I'm saying like I'll put them both together. They're both like I don't want to waste a spot.
So 2 for 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1.
You're muted, I think.
Are they one entry into your top 8? Or are they 2 entries?
There'll be 2 entries.
Right,
I'm gonna have a top 10. I'm gonna have a top 10.
You say Toy Story. You let us have our little comments. Then you say Lion King. You about to give us the whole thing in 2 minutes.
No,
Tony's gonna be like, and our third topic. He's just gonna be out of here. Like,
I don't know that Lion King would be my like classic Disney animation pick, but I mean it's also not a bad pick either, right?
The reason why I'm going to give you the reason why Lion King number 2 on my list is because that's the first time I felt sadness as a kid, bro. It affected me. Like, so I'm picking movies that like affected me or impacted me in a way where I would never forget the movie. So it's definitely one of those that impacted me. Watching Mufasa obviously died.
Let's say you can get a time machine, go back in time and go to like a bunch of openings of The Lion King. How many kids you think are crying during that movie when Mufasa dies?
All of them.
Yeah.
Even the parents. Has to be. All right.
I think Lion King's a good pick. Fantastic soundtrack. Animation, they stole,
subpar.
You watch Kimba the White Lion? That's the real Lion King, all right? Don't let these Lion King people tell you otherwise, all right?
It got more hype.
The story, straight out of Shakespeare, right? That's what they say. It's Macbeth or oh no, Hamlet. It's a retelling of Hamlet.
Damn, of Hamlet? I didn't know that.
Basically, dude offs his pops, takes the throne, shacks up with the homie's mom, and kind of, I don't remember how it goes in Hamlet. He either exiles him or he convinces him to go away or something like that. And then he ends up over here with his Hakuna Matata shit. Then he comes back to take it back, you know? It's a good story. A story of revenge. I can fuck with it.
I can fuck with that then. I need to watch that then, Pooch. That's fire.
Hamlet?
Yeah.
There
That's
must
where Lion
be
King came
multiple
from?
movies.
There's definitely some good movies of Hamlet, I feel like. It's been a while.
It's a play. It's from like the 1600s.
No, I understand.
When is Shakespeare's time? 1700s? 1800s? When is Shakespeare from?
I feel like it's 1500s or 1600s, right?
Alexa, what year is Shakespeare?
We're yelling at Alexa on the podcast now.
That's
1564.
1516. Yeah, 1500s. Yeah, look at that. Older than I thought. So
How bad do you think
that's
people
the age
smell?
of Hamlet. It's a story that's about 500 years old. So it's not like a movie. It's old as hell.
That's crazy.
What's up, Doe?
How bad do you think people smelled in the 1500s?
Oh, terrible.
bad.
Absolutely terrible. You took one shower like a year or something. I don't know.
Somebody's breath.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Number 3. The Matrix. The first one. Love that movie. Instant classic. As soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it and everything.
These are interesting picks because, like, I don't think that's a bad pick either. But it wouldn't go anywhere near my top 10 movies of all time.
The Matrix, I think, makes it into my top 10.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think Matrix makes it into there.
It's gonna get funnier as it goes on.
I don't.
Yeah.
The Matrix doesn't make my list. I don't think. But
Wow.
I love the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
I love sci-fi. I love kung fu and action. It's like a blending of a lot of things that I like. So it does well for me. I really enjoy the movie. It's a movie that anytime it's on, I'll sit there and watch it. I like it. I don't got no problem with that.
If Tony had said the Animatrix, is that a better pick or a worse pick?
Might be a better pick.
I would like it as a better.
It
Right?
probably
I
is
feel
a
like
better
that. I
pick.
feel
I
like
would
that.
respect it more.
I feel like
But
that
you
one would
can't
have a
love
better
the-
chance of like cracking my top 10, maybe.
You can't love that without loving the one where it started.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter.
It does. It's the creation of Animatrix.
Like, for example, right? All the capitalists, they're wrong, right? Because Rocky 1 is the movie that captured everybody's hearts. But they love Rocky 4 because they defeated communism, right? Like, that's where us, you know, I have a capitalist badge, according to Tony. I'm a true capitalist. This is where my love resides. Like, Rocky Balboa defeated communism with his bare hands. Like, that only happens in so many movies, if any. I've actually never seen any other movie where anyone defeats communism with their bare hands. He brings down the Berlin Wall, ends the Soviet Union. It's fantastic.
Number 4, Saving Private Ryan. I like war movies, especially back in the days.
There's a trend here. I'm going to talk to you about it at the end.
At the end of my trend?
Yeah. I like Saving Private Ryan. Fantastic movie.
This man's already trying to destroy me.
Who is it? Is this...
Tom Hanks is in it.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is the main guy.
Oh, no, not Tom Hanks.
It has
Vin Diesel.
Vin's in the fucking movie.
Is this a Spielberg movie?
It's got
Yes, it is. It's Steven Spielberg.
Matt Damon, isn't it? Matt Damon.
Matt's the guy.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
This is Tony's second Tom Hanks pick, though. Toy Story.
Say Apollo 13.
Toy Story. Yeah, he is. He's a voice actor in Toy Story.
Castaway.
Castaway.
Castaway's good. It doesn't make my top 10 though.
Big.
I'm gonna save all the crucial ones towards the end, so that way Pucha doesn't destroy me early in the game. Number 5, right? Yeah, number 5. Terminator.
That's
And when I say the number,
you're
the
choosing one of the
number
other ones.
the number makes sense here. Look at Pucho's face. 2, no, 3.
Thank God.
Two.
Thank God. All right. 2
The
is
fuck?
respectable. You're wrong, but I respect it. Okay.
2. Even though Terminator 1's great, I love 2 more.
I'll say this too. Tony's got the consensus opinion. I'm in the minority saying Terminator 1 is better.
I think Terminator 1 is the better sci-fi movie, honestly. Terminator 2 is great, though, man. It's a good action movie. It's a really good action
better
movie.
action movie than the first movie, for sure.
That's why I like
effects
it.
were crazy in that movie.
That's why I like it.
Bro, they just straight up crashed trucks. Like, they were like, we'd have this scene where this truck needs to jump down, and they're like, why don't we just jump a truck? And then they did.
They love it. They crash a truck in Terminator 1, a semi-truck, and they crash a pickup truck and a sedan in Terminator 1. And that shit looks intense. I'm like...
The fact that
and that was like a practical effect. I'm like, who was in that car? Or like, did they jump out of a moving car? Or like, how did they do this? I found that impressive.
What about the stuntmen that their entire job in movies is just to get set on fire and be like the person on
the
fire
worst.
in a scene?
It could put me out fast. Were you gonna say something though? You was gonna say something, I think, right?
No. Well, I was gonna say, like, I enjoyed too. I enjoy everything except for the young kid.
You don't like the dialogue. You don't like him teaching them "Hasta la vista, baby."
It is the weaker part of the movie, but I feel like the action in that movie is really good. But there's some parts in the first movie where I was just like, all right, this is so fucking crazy.
I should have trolled. Go ahead.
I like the part in 2 where they basically just become like domestic terrorists. Like, they just go and like kidnap this man, shoot up his house. Like, the movie's wild.
Yeah.
They're doing it to save the day.
Yeah. Should have trolled.
I wish Terminator should stay dark. I didn't like all those daytime scenes. It just doesn't fit the vibe for me. And the best parts of Terminator 2 are all the night scenes. It's like when the T-1000 is walking through the psych ward. That shit is crazy.
That's great.
When Sarah Connor sees the T-800 again. Could you imagine? This woman went through this experience. Her man died during it. She had a baby. Everybody in the world is trying to convince her that she's a nutcase. She's in some like insane asylum for like 10 years now. And then she sees the thing that puts her into the situation again. And then it's like you know, in her back of her mind, she had to think a little bit like maybe I am crazy, and I don't know that scene, the horror of it, everything, and then get
Really well
down, and then she, he helps her out.
Get down.
I like the finger. I like the scene where he's got the long finger and it's going through like the head and like the milk carton all at the same time.
My next pick. This is gonna take you guys by surprise a little bit. Forrest Gump.
I knew it. It's not a surprise.
I feel like that's not a surprise
that's
either. We did discuss about how you have some boomer adjacent like opinions.
Damn.
And Forrest Gump is kind of the boomer movie. Like it is just a victory lap for boomers of look at all this cool shit that we did with our generation.
No, I like it. It's a classic movie. Life's like a box of chocolate. It's a classic movie. The man had fucking fucked up legs and
it's another Tom Hanks pick.
bubble gum.
He doesn't have that accent. What was that accent?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but it's what I felt like saying. I guess I don't know. But,
a good pick, I think. It's a fine pick. It's not in my top 10 list. It's a good movie. The trend continues. I'm going to discuss this at the end.
the trend. I have a trend now. I'm
You have a
so
trend.
curious now about it.
I've vocalized this to you, but
You don't want to ruin it as I
just continue because I feel like you'll change your list after I tell you.
Nah,
I think
alright,
you'll
so
start
don't say nothing.
scrambling.
No.
Yeah,
Alright.
you will.
Don't say nothing. Just keep it going. Number 7? Is it 7? I don't know. I lost count.
You don't have
7.
a list anywhere?
It's 7.
It is.
No, I'm saying it all off the top of my head. Number 7. The Notebook.
What?
The Notebook?
I've never seen The Notebook.
Notebook.
That's a rom-com, right?
No, it's just a rom.
A rom drama?
Just rom.
Rama?
Yeah, just a romantic. It's a romance
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Very
Like
sad.
Brokeback
Made
Mountain,
me cry.
Just a romance.
Whoa, nowhere near that level, my boy. What's wrong with you?
What?
Think your Brokeback Mountain. It's nowhere near that. How's that a...
They're both romance.
same
It's a
movie.
romance
Brokeback
movie.
Mountain's a romance movie.
Oh, it is a romance movie.
The hell do you think it is?
That's right. Whoop. Don't even worry
Tony's
about
like,
it.
it's a gay romance. I don't
No,
know. Don't put that near me.
Don't what? Hey, don't do that. I didn't say that.
I've never seen.
The name Brokeback Mountain. Do you think that had to be part of it? Whether because I don't know if you guys know, but men, gay men, when they do it from the back. I don't know how
really?
familiar
What a
you guys are
surprise.
with it. But the name Brokeback, because they go to the mountain to do it, and you could say one of them was breaking the other one's back. I just feel like the name's a joke. I feel
It
like
has
the
to
people
be.
who made that movie kind of messed up with a name like that because I think a lot of people make fun of that movie. It's a good movie.
Is
It's
there a
really good
real
movie.
mountain called Brokeback Mountain? Is that
I don't know, but they should have used a different mountain, like fixed back or good back.
so? Any thoughts on The Notebook? Because I've never seen it, so I don't even
It's
know
a
what
good
to.
movie.
Yeah.
It is.
Good movie.
My mom loves it. My ex loves it. I'm not
I love
so
The
much.
Notebook. If it's on, I'll watch it. It's a good movie. It's a classic story. What's the story with The Notebook? He falls in love with the chick, then he goes to war, then he comes back. She got another dude.
She has another dude.
Then they get together, and the movie was over pretty much. There's a little drama in there with the whole thing is like he's an old man, and she got dementia, then she remembers him, and it's just like, hey, and it's so
Sad.
sappy.
sad, sappy shit, but it's
good.
good.
It's good stuff.
All right. Number 8. Jerry Maguire.
What?
Show me the money.
That's
That's a surprise pick.
that is a very surprising pick. That movie is good, right? It's been a while since I've seen it, but it is a good movie, right?
It's an instant
Tony,
classic.
I feel like there's no way this is your favorite movie. Like on your list. Like what's the plot of Jerry Maguire? Tell me, please.
I hate when he does this. You're
Wait,
supposed to save all
it's
your
your
attacks.
favorite movie.
You're supposed to save all your attacks for the end of the show. Like this whole stupid ass thing where you're like, oh, I got a trend. I got a
No, I'm not
trend
supposed to
on
save
you.
my attack. It's not even an attack.
Yes,
It's just a
it is an
commentary
attack.
on the picks.
I've never watched Jerry Maguire.
First off, to answer your question, I'm pretty sure Jerry Maguire won an Oscar in some capacity. I know Cuba
think he
Gooding
was
won
nominated.
Best Supporting.
I think he was nominated for that movie.
It's a good movie. It's good. It's another romance movie. It's just all of it. It's a romance movie. Too long. The movie's too long. It could
It's
be
only
cut
an
down
hour
like
long, isn't it?
30 minutes. What?
Isn't it an hour 20?
God, no. Jerry Maguire, if it's not longer than
I think
2,
it's an hour and 20. Hold on.
if it's not longer than 2, then
I think it's an hour. And
What
20.
is the plot of Jerry Maguire?
2 hours and 19 minutes.
He's a sports.
Well, I don't want to. No, I want Tony to tell me what the plot is.
Wow, it is 2 hours.
Mateo does it again. You be inadvertently trying to bail
You're
Tony.
gonna look at. He's looking at the summary
I'm curious
right now.
if
Well, I
I
had
know
to
what
look-
the
I
hell.
had
I
to-
see the Wikipedia
I had
page
to-
because
no,
it's the
yeah,
only white
'cause
thing. Wikipedia's the only white
It's
website
right
on
up
the
here,
internet.
yeah. I had to look up the time. It's 1:39 to be exact. 139 minutes is
Yeah.
how long the film is.
It's
Not
2
like-
hours and 19 minutes.
Not fucking 2 hours and 30 minutes like you said.
I never gave a runtime. I said it's longer than 2 hours, and it could be shortened by 30 minutes. That movie's long as hell. You know what it is? He's trying to get me going so he could buy time to read
Nope.
the plot.
I'm not gonna read the plot. I'm not gonna read
We
the
can
plot.
see.
I'm not
We
gonna
can
give
see
you that.
Wikipedia in your glasses right now.
I can see it.
Yo, let me show you. There's no Wikipedia. I would love to
No.
fucking flip this camera, but I'm not gonna ruin it. All right, next one.
So you're not going to tell me the plot?
No, I'm not gonna give you that.
All right. Then all right. This list is bogus. So.
No, it's not. That's
You
great.
ruined the whole list,
One
Tony.
out of the whole entire list. Now it's bogus. My next one. Number 9. Goodfellas.
Doey's dying. Doey, dude, that one hit Doey physically. What's going on over there?
He's only watched it once.
He only will watch it once,
I
and it's
said
his
I would-
favorite movie.
Wait,
I
is
said
this
I
one
would
of his
only watch
one?
it.
His only one time?
Yes. Yes.
It's one and
is.
done. He's seen it one time. Favorite movie. That's it.
That's it.
I'll tell you this. Goodfellas
expect-
is good. I've seen it multiple times. Not my favorite. I couldn't tell you the plot of Goodfellas. See, I own that. I couldn't tell you the plot. I don't even remember. Is Goodfellas with Ray Liotta? No, Ray Liotta's in both. Is he in
Yes.
Casino as well?
He's in Goodfellas.
Casino's a good one too.
It's Ray Liotta,
I don't remember that.
De
Though. I think it's about a
Niro,
robbing
Joe
a casino.
Pesci.
Is Ray Liotta a cop in this movie?
No, but
Am I
he
thinking of Donnie Brasco?
he goes into witness protection at the end though.
See, he's a snitch.
He's a rat. All right, for my last
I
one.
couldn't tell you the plot of Goodfellas. And I've seen this movie dozens of times. I just don't even...
Maybe Tony really likes the Good Feathers from the Animaniacs show. So
The
like that's where his
Goodfellas.
love of Goodfellas comes from. You remember those guys? They were the pigeons. They were
Yeah.
like pigeon mafia dudes.
The
Yeah.
Dirty Birds. The Dirty Birds. All right, for my final pick. It's going to be a doozy. Inception.
Okay, I can get with this one.
The trend continued.
I
Now.
don't think I've ever watched Inception in one go. I've watched
You
like
can't. You have to watch it
30
multiple
minutes
times.
from like the middle of Inception, and then
Oh.
I watched like the first like 40 minutes of the movie, and then I watched like the last
Ugh.
50 minutes of the movie. I never went
you
out of my
fucked
way to
up.
watch Inception, so I just watched it in sections.
Yeah, you fucked up. You got to watch it all at once and then rewatch it.
Inception, good pick. Good movie.
Not your top. I get it.
Christopher Nolan, fire director. Good
What-
cast.
Once again, talking about crazy director
Tom
stuff.
Hardy, Leonardo DiCaprio.
The crazy director stuff, dude. They were like, we need to have a fight in a hallway, and the hallway needs to be rotating. They're like, how can we do this with CGI magic? And Nolan's just like, nah, just rotate a hallway, and you'll just fight in this hallway. And they built a rig to rotate this entire hallway. It's crazy stuff, dude.
Nolan's goated.
Yeah. I wish I could do a top 10.
You don't have to wish it. We have a podcast, so you could just make it a topic.
I'm the only one that gets top 10s around here, if anything.
I'd be curious to hear your top 10. Mine's going to be tough if I do a top 10.
There were 0 horror movies in that list, Tony. No,
Yeah,
you don't want nothing to scare you. Nothing. No, you don't want excitement
I'm not
in
a
your
super
life.
fan of horror films. Not gonna lie. I like old fighting movies or old war movies. I like kids movies because that just touched me as a kid growing up. So some of them I just won't forget. It was hard too because it was either Land Before Time or Lion King, and Lion King obviously won
There's
that.
nothing funny in there either. Like really funny. Haha.
Jerry Maguire,
That's
dude,
not
it's
top 10.
hilarious.
No, it's not hilarious.
I would say not having horror on your list is one of the only good takes Tony has. Horror movies suck.
There's a
People
lot of
who like horror movies suck. The people that are like, I just love horror movies. That's all I want to watch. I don't like those people.
All of top 10 Dois movies.
there are a lot of bad ones out there. I've been doing this thing lately where like to end my night, I've been putting on like a movie from like Amazon or something, and I'm usually putting on something from like some kind of goofy horror movie just for background noise. There are so many bad horror movies, dude. There's some really, really terrible ones.
So what's this trend?
So yeah, there were a few trends, right? One, you have a recency bias. I think the oldest movie on your list might be Toy Story, right? It's like you're a 90s and up.
I think Jerry is older than Toy Story, isn't it?
Jerry Maguire's from 96. Yo, I got it. See, I'm the man. Toy Story is 92.
Goodfellas 1990.
Wait, when did Toy Story 1 come out? 95. Okay, so then Goodfellas is probably 92. 90. Okay, that's your old movie. But it's just it's a new, you know what I mean? You got a modern.
Mute yourself.
Sorry.
Yeah, this motherfucker been coughing the whole
I
whole
muted like
topic
all
too.
of the fucking thing.
Nah,
I don't think it's
most I was like, this dude's tripping. Yeah, that was absurd. Yeah, all the movies are like 90s and up. So it's a very, very modern list. Also, aside from Jerry Maguire, which is an incredibly popular movie at that time, but it just hasn't held the test of time in terms of popularity. Other than that one pick, every single movie on your pick is just a popular, the zeitgeist of the time, like the most popular movies of that time. So you have like a very milk toast opinions. Like you don't really have any interesting picks. It's all like the most popular movie is the one you go with. Like Inception was all the movies you listed were
crazy.
humongous.
That's
Yeah, you
crazy
didn't-
because it's everything that I took personally. Like I have I guess not an emotional attachment, but it just touched me in a way that I liked it and enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying it as a bad.
The way you say
I guess
milk toast is like
well,
negative.
it's like plain or common. It's these movies that are big. They're big because they're obviously good, but they're obviously catering to the biggest common denominator. Like, yeah.
The Notebook and Jerry Maguire are the two most surprising ones on that list. Those are not what I was expecting. I couldn't. You gave me 20 guesses. I would not have guessed any of those.
And Pucho was wrong because Pucho said something about love story in Jerry Maguire. It wasn't no love story.
It's absolutely a romance movie. The movie ends with Jerry getting the girl.
And
Cool,
You
but
had
the
me at hello.
whole movie is not strictly around the romance.
No whole movie is strictly around the romance.
Yeah, I don't call it a romance movie.
It is a romance movie, Tony. I'm going to tell the people the plot.
He's a sports agent. Yes.
Oh, now, okay, so now you know the plot? A sports agent gets...
I had to go back and remember it.
He gets like fired or he quits from like his sports job. Like one of the other guys like swoops in and steals someone from him or something weird like that. Basically, he loses his job and he's the top sports agent, but he leaves the company he's working for, and then he tries to get other people to quit with him. Only one employee quits with him. This woman throughout helps him build up his sports agency again, and he's trying to like sign players and all this stuff, and he's going through all this stuff basically just trying to get a success story. That's Cuba Gooding Jr. is the character that the only person he manages to sign, and he gets him a good
He's a big
contract and
guy.
he gets paid and all of that stuff.
Yeah, Cuba's like the biggest sports star in the world or whatever. Is he a football player?
No, he wasn't a big sports star. He was there. He was about to get dropped because of his injuries and
is that
his
what
bad attitude.
Is that what it was? I thought he was like the biggest name. It's been so long since I watched that movie. Dude.
The biggest name, he had him, but then he backstabbed him. He went with the other guy. He's like the white Texas dude or something. The point of it is the woman is with him all throughout. They start up a romance. They stop a romance. They flirt with the idea of starting it up again. And ultimately, they get married, but then he's not with her no more. And then at the end, they decide to actually get back together. It's a fucking romance movie. The movie is wanting to tell this love story and using the sports agent drama as the vehicle to get these two people together. That's the whole movie.
What you're telling me, the Office episode is based off of Jerry Maguire when he starts the new printing company, the paper company.
I don't know if it's based off Jerry Maguire, but that's how it kind of goes down, where he's like, who's with me? And nobody leaves with him. And then Pam's like, I'm with you. And she leaves with him. Like, I would imagine that Jerry Maguire was an inspiration for that episode.
You know, the most surprising thing to me about Tony's list is, as a man that is currently sitting in front of 3 Star Wars decorations on his wall, there was nary a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, sci-fi's though. I respect it.
Star Wars is difficult because my pick would have been episode 1, and Pucho hates episode 1.
That's
See?
insane.
Look at his face.
That is
episode
a wild
1 is your
pick.
favorite one?
That is wild.
The Phantom Menace?
I could watch that back to back. I could watch that any day of the week, no problem. Because that's where my favorite characters was born.
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, yeah.
Jar Jar, for sure.
No, nigga, the Phantom Menace, Darth Maul.
Yeah, that's Everett's favorite Sith too, which is okay, but he literally has the least amount of character out of any of the characters.
Which they need to fucking come up with a show with just him in it. Like, this is bullshit.
I think Boba Fett had less character development than him until they did that Boba Fett show.
Yeah,
they talk so much about Boba Fett. They create a character.
They talk a little bit about Boba Fett. They're like, no disintegrations, and that's like the big character development is like, oh shit, this guy disintegrates people.
You see that he was capable of catching Han Solo. He snuck onto the ship, and you could see like the little things. I agree with you. Boba Fett also has very little character development, but Darth Maul. Nobody knows what he's about. Nobody even knows who he is. Nobody even knows that the Sith are back. He's just got a red face and horns. That's all he's got.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yeah. If I would have picked any Star Wars movie, it would have been part of the whole milquetoast bullshit anyway. So,
actually, I think it would have been a really out of nowhere pick to go with one of the prequel ones because people generally hate those movies.
Yeah,
but it would have went with the modern trend.
There has been some like modern, like some recent like
modern trend,
romanticizing of those movies though. Like there are some people that are really like going about and talking about how those movies are underrated, which is a wild take to me.
I think we need to drive Tony through old movies and show him that old cinema is oftentimes vastly superior to new movies. The look of the movies may not be that amazing in comparison,
but it brings to the classicness of it, I guess.
Yeah, like watching The Warriors is a little hard at time, and I love The Warriors.
That's a good movie too.
Yeah, but it's like you feel the age.
It feels dated.
2001, you don't feel that age. 2001, what is it? 69 or 79? If it's 69, I'll throw up. Oh my God, it's 68. Yo, go watch this movie, David. 1968. Your mind is gonna be blown at the effects.